20 days ago, our city's school children started their first day of school in Salt Lake City School District with the requirement in place that they wear life-saving masks. Today, I am encouraged to report that our school children in Salt Lake City School District appear to be healthier and better able to stay in-person learning than any other kids in Salt Lake County. According to Dr. Angela Dunn and available data from the Salt Lake County Health Department, at 57 new cases per 10,000 population, Salt Lake City School District has the lowest rate of COVID-19 cases since the first day of school among the county's 5 school districts. Equally encouraging is the communication that I received and spoke with Dr. Gadsden again this morning, that there is overwhelming compliance, around 99.8% of students wearing those life-saving face coverings. They're also observing as educators that wearing the masks does not seem to be impacting students' ability to engage or to socialize. I've also been hearing from families, hundreds of families in our school district, who have sent me cards and phone calls and notes, stopped me to let me know the peace of mind that they have sending their kids to school with this extra layer of protection. In short, what we're doing is working in Salt Lake City. It's with this data in mind that just earlier this morning I sent a letter to members of the Salt Lake City Council. Thank you, Councilmember Dugan, for being with us this morning. Strongly recommending that tomorrow, when our city council vote on whether or not to extend this requirement, that they do so. They are so successful in Salt Lake City's K-12 schools. COVID continues to unnecessarily claim lives across the state of Utah with our unvaccinated community. And with every new day of data, things actually appear to be getting worse, hurtling towards some dire circumstances for the health of residents throughout our state. We're sitting right now at a statewide average of 1,511 cases per day, with every county in the state back in the high transmission designation. And just last Friday, we hit our highest one-day total since January 21, with 2,189 reported cases. And perhaps what's most concerning of all is what's now happening to our children. Last week alone, 1,373 children ages 5 to 11 tested positive for COVID-19. In comparison, during the same time period last year, there were only 95 children in that age range that tested positive. Last Thursday, Dr. Andrew Pavia, who is the Chief of Division of Pediatric Infectious Disease at the University of Utah Health and Director of Hospital Epidemiology at Intermountain Primary Children's Hospital, said that while in the worst of last winter, children only represented about 12% of infections, and now they account for about 25%. He attributed this change to not wearing masks in schools. Our kids need to be wearing masks in schools and out in public. We're not out of the woods, and we can't afford to be taking a step backwards at a time like this. What we're currently doing in Salt Lake City is working for our children and for our families, and we need to continue ensuring that they are as healthy and protected as possible from this contagious virus. The first line of defense we have is getting vaccinated, but until more people get the shot, until vaccines become available for our children, continuing to require masks in Salt Lake City schools is the best tool we have to protect our children. I'm happy to take any questions. Yeah, I think I heard you. Dr. Dunn, and you can find this data on the Salt Lake County Health Department website, has listed us at 57 new cases per 10,000. Our district has about 21,000 students in it, so it's important to look at the per capita because our districts in Salt Lake County are all such different sizes. But we have the lowest rate of infection of any of the 5 school districts in the county. You're welcome.
The district officials from the Salt Lake City School District, they've said basically that if a kid doesn't wear a mask, they're not going to send them home or anything like that. So they're not going to really, it doesn't sound like really discipline. So So when you hear that, it's like you have this mandate, and it doesn't sound like they're actually enforcing it very well.
They're enforcing it wonderfully by working with the students and working with their families. And that's why we're seeing 99.8% compliance. Salt Lake City has had legally enforceable mask requirements at different degrees throughout the pandemic. And we have never cited legally someone for not complying with that. That is never our intention, although that it does carry the force of law. Our intention as a city, and I'm grateful to see that it's the same intention as the school district, is that we work with people, and that's why we're seeing such overwhelming compliance at Salt Lake City School District, I believe.
If the council does not extend the emergency order, what avenues will you take at that time?
We'll have to explore that then. I'm hopeful that they will. I think the data speaks clearly, and we've seen the council be supportive of this order 20 days ago when I issued it or thereabouts. And I'm hopeful that they will. If they don't, we'll deal with that if that happens.
Are you concerned that the council will uphold your extension?
I'm sorry.
Are you concerned that the council
Oh, that's what she just asked. No, I'm not very concerned. I'm getting a head shake that I shouldn't be concerned from the council member behind you. They've been supportive of this action when I issued it nearly 3 weeks ago, and I'm hopeful that they will continue to be, since the data now is really proving out what we had suspected would happen before school started.